Hey guys, how's it going? It's Nick from the Creed here, and welcome back. Today, I want to share with you my top 5s for Assassin's Creed Empire, what I want to see, and what I really need to see. So let's get into it. So number 5 on my list is I want more than one big city. I want multiple areas or a large area that you can explore in an open world setting. Some of the older games did this really well. Like Black Flag is a great example. It was a large open world. Of course, it had its loading screens into cities, but it was okay. Like next gen now, I want to see open world without loading screens. So you can just walk into the city just like you can in The Witcher 3, sort of, and I think that would be really great. Like some loading screens I would be okay with if the areas are very far apart, so it would be unrealistic to travel there on foot. But I don't want a lot of loading screens, but I want a large area within and outside of the cities. Because with only one city, and I think that's where Unity and Syndicate especially didn't really make it as one of the greatest Assassin's Creed games, because although the city itself was really impressive, like just looking at it, it was a living, breathing city. It was big and it was massive, and it was incredible. It had incredible visuals, incredible landmarks, and all that. And I was really impressed with what they've done with the city itself, but it really tied you into this singular city. And at least now with Egypt, they have this really, really good opportunity to really open it up, because the cities back in Egypt, although there were massive temples, it wasn't really as dense as, let's say, Paris or London in Syndicate. There were nothing like that. There were open areas, there were deserts around it, there were some tropical, like some sort of tropical oasis kind of things all around there, and I could really do something interesting here, and that's what I really need to see here, because I want to explore more than just the city itself. And what I think would be really cool is if the Assassin Order was based off, or like the Assassin Headquarters was outside the city in its own place, just like Masyaf in Assassin's Creed 1 and Monteriggioni in Assassin's Creed 2. I think that would be a great way to do it, and being able to travel there from, let's say, Alexandria in Egypt, and being able to ride a horse or a camel, for that matter, to the headquarters would be really cool. And having an open world like that would be really impressive, and it would really make me want to invest time in the game. So that's my number 5. For my number 4, what I want to see is an enhanced combat system. And really why I want that is because the combat in Assassin's Creed has never really been great. Although it has been a lot of fun, because in the previous games before Unity and Syndicate on the old engine, it really made you feel like a god in a way, because you can take on these massive amounts of enemies and just slaughter them one by one using your counters and chain kills and all that. And it was a lot of fun to actually be able to do that in that way. But then again, it wasn't really realistic, was it? Not that the game itself is realistic, but I think the combat could do with a massive overhaul. Like the new combat in Unity and Syndicate, although it's a lot more challenging in a way, it's a lot more clunky. Like the old games with the old engine felt a little bit arcadey in a way. There were a lot of games that had better combat system. And just looking at a game, I'm going to do this a lot. I'm going to compare it to The Witcher, because I want an open world game like The Witcher set in the Assassin's Creed universe. But the way The Witcher did it is it made you feel in control of the battle. It had free movement, it had great blocks, and you couldn't counter the way you can in Assassin's Creed. They could still implement that, but maybe not as easily. And maybe you have to work a little bit harder to do it. And I wanted them to redefine it so it's not as clunky. It doesn't feel weird and out of place. It doesn't feel like the animations are really locked. in place. I want them to feel open and free. You can easily break in and out of animations and actually do some pretty cool combat moves as well, and maybe bring some more of the parkour. Like in Unity, you had this cool, you could do like back heel kicks, like almost flying knees and all that. You had this almost martial arts like fighting style, and it was really cool. But I want them to take this to the next level and really tune this fighting system into one of the greatest we've seen in any open world sort of RPG game. And I think that would be really cool, and I think that would lift the series, because a lot of the game is about fighting, and I like fighting. Although the assassin should be for stealth, or should attempt to be stealthy, I really like getting into this large combat and really feeling like a god. So I need the combat system. Like, stealth is not on this list. They obviously need to improve that as well, because it's terrible. But like, having this great fighting system would mean the world to me, and that is why it's my number 4. And now we're getting into the good stuff. On my number 3, I would like to see the return of the Precursor tombs and sort of temples. They were so much fun in the previous titles where they were included. I loved exploring these caves and temples and huge areas that were built by the ones who came before. And I really want to see that return, because they have such a great opportunity now in Egypt with the pyramids, the temples, the underground catacombs and all that. And I really want them to focus on this and get that Precursor elements into the game again. And I'm going to be talking a lot more about it in the next 2 points, but man, the Precursor tombs, I think they were so cool, because that's where the artifacts of Eden and the Piece of Eden and all that are, and this is where the history, and this is where the Assassin's Creed, the ones that came before, the first civilization and all that, this is where this is what they have built, this is what they had, where they lived, where they were, and all that, and I really want to see this return. And that's why it's my number 3. And now for my number 2. And Ubisoft, please do this. I'm literally on my knees begging you to do this. I want a third-person modern-day story. I need it. I need a new protagonist. I need Desmond's son. I need the Sage. I need to want to control him. And if not Desmond's son, let me at least control someone in a third-person camera. Let me walk around. I don't want to walk around an office in first person. I don't want to see Bishop screaming, "Hello, Initiate," to me every time I start the game. I really don't want that. I want to see the return of the third-person storyline. I want it. I need it. It's what made the Assassin's Creed stand out. It's what's made the story, for crying out loud. If you don't have the modern day, then why go back in time? The only reason we go back in time is to fight the Templars now, today, right now. Not thousands of years ago. It's not a game that about what happened in the past. It's about a game that's happening right now, and they're going back to find information, to find the Piece of Eden, and that's why we need to see the modern day storyline come back, because if not, Assassin's Creed is gonna lose itself. It's not gonna be the same game anymore. If they're I've heard someone talking about they were considering just calling quits on modern day and just making it ancient assassin game. And although that's cool, it's not Assassin's Creed. You have to call it something else. Assassin's Creed is this. You need to make this. It's crucial. Just please do it. And it's so important. Okay? Just do it. Okay, so now on to my number one thing that I want to see the most, and I really wanted to make the modern day storyline and the first person. No, sorry, the third person protagonist. My number one, but what the game really is and what it really needs is a compelling story. Obviously, I want to see a new main character for the modern day and a new character for the ancestor history or the ancestor memories that really connects with the players, the gamers, and is really likable and relatable in some way. You can feel and see why he's doing what he's doing. You can see his motivation, and there needs to be a purpose behind this. There's been a lot of splitting interest in the previous games. You had Arno, which had this fanatic obsession about Elise, which was just stupid. It came to a point where it was just stupid, and he was really just trying too hard to please her, get her, save her, be with her, and all that, and it wasn't fun. And with Syndicate, Evie was really cool. She actually wanted to do what the Assassins does, but Jacob was all about fighting with his gang and building up this brotherhood of his with street gangs. And he was a cool character. He was a really cool assassin in his own way, but that's not what I want this time. I want a pure, relentless character full of morals and with a purpose to, and not just vengeance per se. It doesn't have to be like a revenge story like Ezio, but I need to feel this motivation. I need this story to actually mean something. It needs to mean something for the future of Assassin's Creed, like the future games. It also has to mean something for the modern day storyline. It has to connect. It actually has to progress the story in a way, and it needs to be important. It needs to be really important to actually make me fall in love with this game again. And I can't really speak or talk so much about this because it's really hard to tell what a compelling story is. But I just want a great story that takes us on this journey through an immersive world where you just feel amazed. You're sitting there, you're watching this, you're playing this, and you just feel like, wow, this is beautiful. This is it. This is Assassin's Creed. And that's the feeling I want again. When I played Assassin's Creed 2, after actually borrowing Assassin's Creed 1 from my friend, I was sitting there thinking, holy damn, what a game. And I want to feel that again. And with this list, if they can do something that I talk about here, I think they will be a little step closer to being the ultimate Assassin's Creed game. But thank you guys for watching. This has been my top 5. If you want to see a top 5 things that I don't want to see, then just leave a comment, leave a like, and I'll try to get that out as soon as possible. Once again, thank you for watching. Subscribe for more. And until the next time, bye.